I'm Rebecca Waker and I'm the Subject Advisor for Languages at Pearson EdXL. Welcome to the first in this mini-series of bite-sized videos related to conducting Pearson EdXL GCSE Languages Speaking Exams. These videos aim to address the common issues our assessment team have observed and the most frequently asked questions. These videos can be used by teachers, students, exams officers or other adults who are conducting speaking exams. This first video addresses issues prior to the exam. First, let's take a look at some frequently asked questions. The first question is, where can we find training on how to conduct these speaking exams? All of our training is hosted on the Pearson Professional Development Academy website. You can filter this down to languages and then to Key Stage 4 and UK qualifications, and it should be really easy to find the training that you're looking for. We have both an on-demand version and a live version. But what if we don't teach the language at our centre? Well, we have a guidance document especially for this. You can find it in the Forms and Administration section of the relevant qualification page. Essentially, you have two options. You can find someone to come to your centre and conduct the exams for you, or you can use a host centre who may already teach the language or have someone who can conduct these exams. I'm often asked by centres if you need to get approval for your choice of examiner, especially in situations where the language isn't taught in your centre and you're having to appoint someone from outside. The answer is no, we do not need to give our approval. You must be satisfied that you have appointed a suitable person with good knowledge of the specification, the requirements of the exam, and that there are no conflicts of interest. The next question that often lands in my inbox is, when is the speaking window and where can I find this on your website? We publish these very early on in the academic year and it's linked from the main languages page, so it should be easy to find. In fact, here it is in the main languages carousel on the first page that you should land on. Can we have a visiting examiner? I'm afraid the answer is no. We are not able to provide visiting examiners for GCSE languages. Can we conduct these exams remotely via Teams, Zoom or other online platforms? No. At the moment we are not able to permit remotely conducted exams. Do you supply the questions for the conversation task? No. As teacher examiners, you know your candidates best, and so these questions are up to you. However, we do have a bank available on our website should you like to look for some suggestions. When can we open the pack of speaking materials that's sent to us to prepare the sequencing of the cards, etc.? This pack can be opened 3 working days prior to the opening of the speaking exam window. Not the dates that you have set in the centre, but the window that is used nationally. Can my candidate have extra time? As standard, extra time is only added to the preparation time prior to the exam. If you believe there's a reason why your candidate will require extra time during the recorded portion, you must contact our special requirements team to have this approved. Our examiners stop listening to the recordings once the maximum time has been hit. If they are not aware that the candidate has extra time, they will not continue to listen. You must make sure any extra time is approved by our Special Requirements Department. What if a candidate is absent when they're due to have their exam? If a candidate is absent for the scheduled speaking assessment due to illness, you should note this formally, for example on centre letter headed paper, but continue to adhere to the sequencing arrangements already planned in line with grid supplied in your assessment pack. Any absent candidates can be assessed at a later date, but this must be within the speaking exam window. Now on to some advice from our assessment team. This first piece of advice mostly applies to centres offering exams in languages that they do not teach. It's important to appoint a suitable examiner. Just being a native speaker of the language to be assessed does not automatically make someone suitable. They need to understand the requirements of the exam and to be able to conduct it correctly. It is in your candidate's best interests to ensure that this person is well suited to the role and can ask them appropriate questions to show their full ability. Another student is not an appropriate choice of person to conduct this exam. Next up is your choice of venue. Now, of course, we understand that there are only so many options available to you in schools, and it might not always be your decision, but the venue for these exams is really important. So this should be a conversation which takes place between the department, exams officer and senior leadership when necessary. Loud bells, lawn mowers, the primary school sports day next door can all distract candidates and, importantly, cause problems for our examiners who are marking. It's in your students' best interest to ensure that they are recorded in a quiet room free from distractions. Now, this one might seem obvious, but it bears repeating. Please check the recording equipment prior to starting your exams. It's really important to ensure that your setup allows for the candidate to be heard loud and clear, not just the examiner. If using devices that could receive other notifications, such as a tablet, please make sure these sounds are switched off or the device is placed into airplane mode. Check the battery levels and make sure you have a spare battery or charger handy. This point here really overlaps with the first point about making a suitable choice of examiner. Understanding the specification is vital. The person conducting this exam must know the specification well, especially the themes. It's really important that the general conversation, candidates are asked questions which align with the correct theme to ensure that they are being fairly assessed and there's no overlap with other tasks. If in doubt, double check the specification and example questions we provide or send me an email. Finally, we know there are lots of elements to get in order for these exams, but the final pre-exam reminder from the team is to ensure that all admin is in order. This includes the following issues. Using the sequencing grid correctly. These grids ensure that all candidates are fairly assessed and there's no overlap in the content that they are assessed on for the different tasks. These are really important and must be followed exactly as set out. If you're not sure how this works or you have any questions, please do get in touch and I'll be more than happy to help. Ensure candidates are given the correct cards from the correct tier. Invigilators need to be trained in these exams to ensure that all runs smoothly. And finally, please ensure that you are only using cards and sequencing grids from the correct exam series. You can't mix and match these with materials from previous years. If you have any further questions that I haven't covered in this video series, please get in contact with me. You can call, email or book a one-to-one Teams appointment. Also, if you aren't already signed up for my monthly email updates, please do, as it's the most direct way of getting information and opportunities related to our languages qualifications. I'm always more than happy to look into extra support, such as videos just like this one, so please do let me know if there's anything you would find useful. All of my contact details can be found on the main languages page. Finally, you can follow our Facebook page or join our Facebook support group where you can network with other teachers and ask questions about our qualifications. Thanks for watching this first video in the GCSE Speaking Support mini-series. Videos 2 and 3 in this series will focus on what to do during and after the exam, and they're available within the same YouTube playlist.